Hello, my people. I thought since we are in the Halloween season that I would fester up my wonderful filter with this cool mask. Isn't this mask cool though? This mask is pretty cool. I like it. I don't know. I just went with it. Sometimes I'm Russian women named Rodna. Sometimes I wear a Halloween mask. It is what it is. You just never know what you're gonna get when you tune into a Teaspiracy live stream. You just never know. I am a little early, about a half hour early, right? Because, earlier today I was a half hour late. Today I'm a half hour early. But like I said, you just never know what you're going to get. Oh, you thought Rodna was back? No, Rodna's been hitting me up. Rodna's been like, easy. We have to get the Ronald McDonald House from Katie Joy. Speaking of Ronald McDonald House and fundraisers and Katie Joy and all that fun stuff, right? Katie Joy got a bunch of heat about not donating to the Gabby Petito Foundation, so she decided to donate, right? But I just went on the WACB Reddit, which is lit, by the way. If you haven't been to the WACB Reddit, you are missing out on life. You are not doing life right, okay? You need to go by there, okay? And somebody, actually a few people, had her confirmation number, I guess. There was like a confirmation number along with her donation, and they've been running it. And guess what? Guess what, you guys? It's not matching up. Shocker. And instead of worrying about Gabby Petito, why don't you worry about the Ronald McDonald House, huh? How about that, Katie? How about that, huh? Because you still ain't proved that one yet. But anyways, I digress. So guys, listen, Linda, okay? Linda needs to listen, Linda, all right? I know, Jamie, I thought it was going to be 8 p.m. too, but my child wants to play Go Fish before bed, and she, begged me, and, I kind of don't want to disappoint, and I need to school her and Go Fish real quick before she has to go to bed. So I figured I would just come on a little early so I can have a little bit of time for Go Fish, because unfortunately my child fell asleep for about 45 minutes today after she had a snack when she got home, and that means she's going to be up a wee bit later than normal, but hey, it is what it is, right? When you're a mom and your kid falls asleep on a school night, you have a choice, right? You have a choice. You go, do I wake their ass up so they can stay on track for their bedtime, or do I get a half hour apiece and just let it ride? And today I just said, hey, I'm just going to let it ride. Just let her stay up a little bit later. Tomorrow she has school picture day, so I gotta do her hair all fancy, and I'm not gonna crimp it, Stacy. Remember how we had our hair crimped back in the day, and we looked like lions for our school picture? I'm not gonna do that to her. She does want it curled, but I don't think I'm gonna curl it for her. But anyways, the reason why we are here today, my friends, I don't know if you were part of my live stream earlier, but you might have seen some people in chat telling me to go to Road Hog's Twitter, that I was being implicated in some kind of email extravaganza of sorts, right? And I had no friggin' idea what was going on. I mean, earlier today, my people did mention to me something about a girl who, as far as I know, was a member, which is the messed up part, right? Okay, I messed up, right? Wicked messed up. A girl that was a member of mine for about 2 months, I think, who said that I was part of being in the know about Todd Paulson. Now, we all know that I do not like Katie Joy from Without a Crystal Ball. Katie Joy Paulson, nope. Todd Paulson, spit, right? Gross people. I don't like either one of those human beings. I don't. You know what else I don't like? You know that shit I don't like? You want to know what else I don't like? Thank you for becoming a member, Vamp Faye. You guys want to know, that's that shit I don't like. Want to know the other shit I don't like? I don't like absinthe. I don't like when people give Katie Joy a reason to go, oh my God, everybody's attacking me. Feel bad for me, poor me. I don't like that shit. I don't. And Natalie Kennett, okay, I never believed her from the jump. From day -1, I never believed that girl, okay? We all know how much heat I caught for that, right? And guess who was right? I was, along with many other people who, saw that for what it was, right? Now, here's the deal. Do I know that the new Natalie Kennett is not being truthful with us? No, there's no way for me to 110% say that I know that this girl is not being truthful about her interaction with Todd Paulson, right? Right? But I also won't sit here and say to myself, it's 2021. You really should watch what you say because we have to believe everybody. Everybody. You know what, guys? Believing everybody when you don't know them, you haven't built up a rapport with them, you don't know if they're a trustworthy individual, you don't know what their motives are, that is a dangerous mentality. It is. It's dangerous, not only for the person they're accusing, but for everything. And if I don't know you and you're an internet person, not for nothing, no one take offense to this, I don't trust many people on the internet nowadays, you know? Quite a few of you I have built up a trusting relationship with, and yes, if you come out of left field and said something like that, I would definitely believe you. But if I don't know you from a hole in the wall, and you come out with some wild accusation that consists of no proof and just information that we've all heard a million times, I'm sorry. You are, in my book, ready? Want to know what you are in my book? Ready? Hold on, where is it? Wait, oh, ready? Shady palm tree. Okay? This is a shady palm tree alert. I'm sorry it is. If you want to cancel me because, you know, I'm not gullible or whatnot, if you think that, you know, the sky is purple and that we should believe all palm trees, well, I'm sorry to disappoint, okay? I'm sorry to disappoint because something tells me in my gut, in my heart of hearts, that something is not right here. Okay? And the reason why I'm speaking on this is because I got dragged in on this shit. I wasn't going to say anything. Katie Joy's torn gay pride flag is here. Now we can get this party started. Believe none of what you see and half of what you hear. That's right. Good old Jay-Z says that. I know I am full of Jay-Z quotes. He said that, and I think another person in my chat just said that, okay? VZ. I don't believe anything I hear and only half of what I see. I'm saying. I am discerning. Thank you, Absinthe. And listen, I'm not the type of person who, you know, thinks that people who have serious accusations and stuff, they're all lying. Like, I don't think that at all, right? But I also trust my gut when I see... Can you not? Thank you. Where'd my face go? Oh, there it is. Okay. My child's out there playing tambourines or some shit. I don't know, but it's hurting my head. Okay. So, what the hell was I saying now? Freaking tambourines. And here's the thing, you guys. This is what I'm going to start off with. Now, listen. Road Hog is a channel. Okay. Now, you guys know I'm all about owning thy nasty and saying what you mean and meaning what you say, right? But there are some people on YouTube who are just, I don't know, next level nasty owners. What lipstick am I wearing? You want to know? Invisible rouge. I know a lot of you like Road Hog, and that's cool, you know. Some of you like Radiant Brit, and I don't understand that either. But hey, here we are, right? Takes all kinds, doesn't it? The reason why I think that Road Hog is a little bit extra for my liking, right, is he wanted Katie Joy to like take a lie detector test and whatnot to prove that she was R-worded, right? Remember that? Remember how a grown-ass man, dragged Katie Joy, come out left field with dragging Katie Joy through the mud, right? And remember how he did that? One moment, please. I need to pause this. My child needs me. She came in to tell me she's hot. Maybe it's all that tambourine playing that's going on in the living room. Maybe you're working up a sweat. Maybe you should not, tambourine so hard. Tambourine so high, motherfucker, gonna find me. Okay, what was I saying? All right. I didn't give her an attitude. I'm like, why don't you sit down and get a drink? That's what I said. Why don't you take a break? Captain Obvious here, right? I don't know. What the hell was I saying? Oh, yeah, Road Hog. So, yeah, he was like, then he had something, he come out and said that Katie Joy was asking for it because she was wearing a nightie or some shit on her stream. And I'm like, did this motherfucker just say out loud that Katie was asking for it? Remember when he talked to Steve McRae? Remember when he had Steve McRae on? I was like, good Lord. Good Lord. I hate cancel culture, and I'm the first to tell you I don't believe everybody in stuff like that. But to be like, she was asking for it, I was like, yeah, this is not really my cup of tea, you know. I'm not like mad about it. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna go this way now, and like, you know, do your thing over there, okay? And that's okay, whatever you say, Roadhog, you know. So I thought that he calls her a slut. What? He calls her a slut all the time and says he's allowed to because she is. Oh, what a great guy, huh? He's a great guy. This is the same man, my people. This is the crux of all of this shit, okay? Let me show you. Let me just give you a little refresher before I get into this woman and her story and whatever. Let me just give you a refresher. Oh, just a tiny little refresher real quick, okay? So let me mute myself. Yep. Now put your listening ears on, okay? Because you need to hear this shit. Black Koi Records. On backtrack, for those who missed it all, I'm genuinely confused. I'm genuinely confused 99% of the day, so I'm right there with you, buddy. Thank you for your super chat. Okay. Put your listening ears on, guys. Here we go.
Kind of make this video to make it understood that, you know, do your research before you just take sides with somebody, because they could be lying through their damn teeth. This is the redacted report. So I wanted to kind of make this video to make it understood that, you know, do your research before you just take sides with somebody, because they could be lying through their damn teeth.
Indeed, my friend. Do your research before you just take someone's word for it, for they could be lying through their teeth. This is true. This is very, very true. So please tell me why. There I go, singing Backstreet Boys again. Tell me why. Okay. Here we go. Where is it? Tell me why. Tell me why you want it this way, Roadhog. Because you can't have your cake and eat it too. You either should not trust everybody, whatever, you know, or maybe you should, because this whole being in the middle shit and going with whatever suits your narrative, and I don't even like that word, but when you just go with what suits your narrative, that's not cool. That tells me you're flaky, okay, for one. And you might not like that I'm saying that, but hey, is what it is. I think it's a little flaky. I do. I think it's flaky as fuck, okay? So with that being said, my people, let's stop playing this newest masterpiece. Okay? Ain't nothing but a heartache, I'm telling you. Nobody's listening. Where's my backup singers? All right. Now, a lot of you might be confused, because if you haven't been part of the Katie Joy from Without a Crystal Ball crowd, and you just learned who I was from all this other stuff, you might be very confused. And I get it. I'm a confusing freaking person. But you'll catch on, okay? I promise. Let's play the video.
So now we're recording. So basically, I guess just start from the beginning. how did this lead up with these allegations of Toad saying these things and all that? Well, actually, here we all know him as Toad, but Todd Paulson. How did this all start?
Well, I mean, I found her channel because I was at a real low point. Doing chemotherapy, had cancer.
I think it's funny that she finds her channel when she's at a low point in life. Don't you think that's a little funny? I was at a low point in life too when I watched Katie Joy. Indeed.
Doing the whole thing, looking for a way out for a minute, like out of where I was. And she was funny. And, we watched Sister Wives and not.
She was funny? You think that Katie Joy is funny? You are cooked. She is not funny.
Not the Duggars. I can't do the Duggars, but Sister Wives and all that stuff.
Right.
And that's all she talked about. Teen Mom. Like that's what really got me was the Amber Portwood thing. Because I was like, huh? Stunned. And so he became a moderator at some point. I'm not sure at what point, but at some point he became a mod, and he did that like what is it? Without my crystal balls or something.
Without my crystal balls. Without crystal ball, or my balls are made of crystal, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I don't even remember.
So that wasn't under the Tooth Fairy name. He was running under the.
Okay, guys, sorry I did not tell you. Road Hog is doing the interview. I have him linked in my description. Mr. Road Hog down in the right-hand corner there, okay? Road Hog is interviewing Julie Gagne, or Gagne, I don't know. It's Julie G, okay? Julie G. Some of you might recognize Julie G, for she was a member of mine for 2 months. But she goes on the screen and tells suspicious stories, and she's on the block like anybody else would be, okay? Okay. So she say that Todd Paulson sexually harassed her. And I don't know if I believe it. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Hopefully that answers your question. Let's continue.
This name now.
No, the Tooth Fairy thing I caught when she said she got a screenshot of Josh.
Okay.
And I was like, wait, what? That's against the law. Because you can't do that. Like, you can listen, you can, do whatever, but you can't. They tell you can't take pictures.
Right.
But he started with like the hi. And I mean, I've gained weight, obviously, because of like, medications and such. And, he was like, hey, how are you today? And it was just a, hey, how are you, Todd?
Okay.
And, nothing nefarious at first.
Nothing.
No, not at first. And then I ordered from him for my son.
Okay.
And, Katie was like, oh, he's got this Etsy store. And I looked and I was like, wow, because some people think that runes are a negative. And I guess they can be, just like anything. Right. Like a dog is a bitch, but if you call a woman a bitch, it's a nasty thing.
It's all how you perceive it.
Right. And, my son has a room that in his home that is all heritage. Okay. Like he has, because we're Irish, so he has like the Irish flag. He has, all these flags. Plus he's in the military. So, he's into the Valhalla thing and, that kind of thing. So his stuff was very pretty. I will give him that. It was worth it. Lately though, not so much.
Kind of looking shitty.
Yeah, like rushed almost. Yeah. Like the first ones I got, you could tell he spent a lot of time. Yep. So I won't take that away from him. But, it was like, he started like, hi, beautiful, oh, I'm glad to see that you're here. It sort of started off like that, like very, plain kind of. And then, somehow we in the chat got to talking about Minnesota. Okay. And I kind of said, hey, don't talk about Minnesota. My mama lives there, and it was almost like a bing moment for him.
Right.
Because then I started getting like these DMs and, where he was like, oh, your parents are in Minnesota, where at? And I found out literally that they're like one road over from my mama.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's like, let me tell you, those people are trouble.
Okay.
And I think the issue is, now I'm not sure, but I think the issue is, and I know, well, yeah, I kind of do know. The flag issue,
Yeah,
the gay pride flag.
incident,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, her neighbor told her, get your goddamn kid out of the fucking house. Maybe he.
Okay. One of the most interesting things I noticed right off the rip, okay, is that she is bringing up every story that we already all know about. She's like hitting the key stories, right? She's like, yeah, the gay pride flag. Yeah. Vaughn in his feeding tube. Yeah, this, yeah, that. It's like, okay, yeah, we are, I don't know. It's just weird. It's sketchy to me. It's sketchy at best. I don't know. So basically, Todd has the hots for her, said some nasty things. I know, poor Flaggy always getting blamed. That flag gets passed around. No wonder why it's so tore up. Oh, no wonder why it's so tore up. Oh. All right, let's continue here.
Cannot go where other kids go.
Right.
But bitch, use your money and put up a fucking playscape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, she didn't like that.
Okay.
She didn't like being told, what to do with her son.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but it was so funny because a week later she announced, oh, we're putting in the pool,
Right.
It was stupid. But, yeah, she cried and, I felt bad. So I'm like, oh my gosh, sorry about, everything that's going on. And, she didn't answer me, but, at least, I thought at that point that as a subscriber, I could say, hey, I'm real sorry about what you're going through. And, then it got really kind of raunchy.
Okay.
Like, Todd started like, hey, when are you coming to Minnesota? And I'm like, well, I'm going to be coming probably next week because at that next week I had planned to go see my mom. And he's like, oh, well, do you want to meet up? And I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, there's this motel, I'll get a room, I'll go out and I guess he goes out and gets like tattoos and I don't even know what he does, but he gets out of the house somehow.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, oh, I'll meet up with you. And,
You are telling me that Todd Paulson was trying to smash out in the open, just like, hey, let's meet up. Let's get a telly. Let's get freaky at the telly. The Hotel Motel Holiday Inn, okay? But not under his real name. Oh, no, my friends. Under a name called Tooth Fairy. That's right, Tooth Fairy. She had all of these receipts, but she deleted them. There are no receipts, okay? Does that mean she's 100% lying? No, but is it a little bit of a red flag? Yep, it is. It is. He gets, yeah, exactly, Muzz, thank you. Where'd you go? Hold on. Yeah, that's what they do, right? They go get your daily tattoos and whatnot, right? Right? While you work at your Etsy shop and all the other stuff we already all know about, right? I mean, it only makes sense. What is the end goal? Black Koi Records, that's a great question. That is a great question. What is the end goal for a person like this? Honestly, in my opinion, just like everything else, okay? It's for some kind of, I don't know, attention or whatnot, because you got to remember, man, I'm not saying that Julie is, but there's a lot of crazy people on the interwebs. There's a lot of crazy people on the interwebs. Remember? Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember what happened with Natalie Kennett? Do you remember? Do you remember? I remember. I don't know why people do some of the things that they do, right? I really don't. I really don't know why. But they just do it, I mean, we could rack our brains all night trying to come up with the whys, right? I don't think we ever will know for sure. If I had to guess and make like an educated guess, it would be like, this poor woman needs a hug or something, right? Like, she obviously is having a hard time, right? She's admitted that or when she found Katie, she was having a hard time. Some people are just I don't know. They don't know how to, I don't know. They just want to get involved and get in the mix and just see what happens, And in this case, I don't think it went too well for in her favor, because she deleted all of her accounts. But I wasn't going to say nothing about any of this until she implicated me. And I will get to that. I don't know nothing about none of this. And the fact that I'm being brought in for somebody to back up her claims, so to say, I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that. Okay? She did that with me. She did that with Vernell. She used my name and she used Vernell Smith's name to say, like, oh, I told them about it, so obviously it's true, right? Whether she told Vernell or not, maybe she did. Maybe she did. You know? Did Vernell go and make a story about it? No. Now, Stacey had reminded me earlier, okay? She had said that Julie, this woman you're looking at right now, used to be all up in your chat, Easy, saying, I got some dirt on KJ. Hit me up. Hit me up. I got some dirt on KJ. And I vaguely remember that. I really do. When you said that, I was like, oh shit, you're right. You're right. Now it's all coming back to me now. But then I never talked to her, so there's that. But let's continue.
We'll spend some time together, and I'm going, dude, this dude is creepy. Like, first of all, he's not my style. I like my husband's a bigger guy. He's like 350 pounds. Right. I like that, like, teddy bear kind of a thing. Yeah. But I will say he was not always like the way he is now. Okay. Now, I don't know how much you know about Todd, but
quite a bit, but I try to stay more to the more right now, because there's so much in the past that's very sketchy here and there, but I know some things. But you can go ahead and tell me.
Well, he wasn't always like the way he is now. When he was working, and Katie made a big deal about, oh, my subscribers got him fired, blah, blah, blah. No, honey, that's not what happened. He worked at Comcast Internet.
Okay.
Get it?
Yeah, I get it.
And they laid off. Yeah. What are they going to do?
Can somebody explain this to me in the chat? Because I'm a little lost. And sometimes the girl AZ gets lost, okay? And I need help coming back. Why does she say he worked at Comcast? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? I don't understand that part. I really don't. Maybe I'm missing something here. Why is that some kind of like secret lingo? Like, does that mean something else? Like, or am I just overthinking it? I mean, I don't know. Somebody let me know.
Laid off during COVID. And it was almost like you could see him go from, where he would come home, he would kiss her, you would hear him in the background talking to Vaughn, whatever we're calling him. You could hear him. Yeah. And he was sweet. He's like, oh, you want to play, Godzilla? Let's, now he's kind of like, get away from me kind of thing. So he wasn't always like that.
I can believe that.
And I wonder how much of that has to do with Katie kind of cutting off his crystal balls.
Yeah, that would do it. I could agree. Now,
yeah.
So he we'll put it this way. He was, I guess the best way is he allegedly was basically saying, hey, you want to meet up? Do you want to hang out? Just you and him.
That was actually what
he was giving hints of what he was wanting to do without giving hints of what he wanted to do. Okay.
Right.
This is all allegedly, because we can't, there's not anything that we can hardcore proof. It's your word versus his, and that's how we leave it.
And I'm sure it's going to come out.
This is the nature of the beast. But, like I said, I'm glad you're talking about it. But now, did Katie, this is the big kicker to me. Did you go?
I'm sure it's going to come out, she says. How is it going to come out if you deleted all the shit? Because Todd ain't going to show us. So how you figure?
Go with Katie with this stuff.
I was going to, but, well, I did, but I messaged her on, I DM'd her on Instagram and said, you need to watch your boy. Okay. Like, I didn't really want to say, hey, your man's trying to, fuck me. So, because that's, like, think how the missus.
Oh, no, she didn't. No, she didn't. Just say your man trying to F me. No, she didn't. Why wouldn't you say that? Because let me tell you something. First of all, this woman was simultaneously a member of my channel and Katie's channel. Tell me how that's even possible. But hey, miracles happen every day, right? I think I would, I don't know, I would probably tell somebody. I mean, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Whatever. Girl, I know, right, Matrix? Girl. Girl. Did she just come out and say that? She said that with her whole chest, too. He was trying to me. She said that. She She meant that shit. She really did shit. Maybe she is telling the truth. I don't even know. But what did I miss here? Hold on. Let me go. Black Koi Records says, imagine if this was real and it actually happened. I can smell our room for here. If that's the case, smelling like cupcakes and whatnot. Thanks, Black Koi. I appreciate that. All right, let's get back to the video here. I'll stop. I gotta stop. I gotta be quiet.
If you came to her, she'd be like, what?
Oh,
You know, she'd be knocking
said
heads.
don't be sending phone numbers and emails and all that stuff. So yeah, I get it. Yeah, totally.
And you know, she never answered me. She never responded, not even with a screw you, nothing.
Okay.
And Todd found out that I had DM'd her. Now I wonder at this point, she had hired Jesse Bear and him. And I was wondering how much of what was coming through was she seeing and how much was he seeing.
Okay.
So I don't even know, to be honest, if she even
Never
knew.
got it really because Todd has that much power and control over things.
Right.
Because he is a moderator of basically everything she does.
Right. And she actually has said, oh, you know, I brought my husband on to handle things and, you know, he's doing my DMs and Jesse Bear is doing, I don't know, something or whatever, you know.
Right.
So she actually said what was going on. So, you know, time goes on and, you know, when I would see him on, he'd say hi, I'd say hi, and that would sort of be it.
Right.
Well, I got this DM one day that said, hey, when are you coming to Minnesota? And I'm like, no, I had already gone and come back.
She trying to catch me on the YouTube. It wasn't me. Oh my God. And thank you. Who said that? If that, I would be goddamn embarrassed, okay, to say that I flirted with Todd Paulson, okay? She's basically like, yeah, Todd was trying to give me the D, and like I wasn't down for it, but I still kept talking to him and whatnot. And like I never told Katie, but I'll tell you, Road Hog, I'll tell you. But I don't have the receipts though. Okay. Okay then. Okay.
And I was like, probably like next month. And he was like, oh, well, you sure you don't want to meet up? He goes, girl, I will fuck you so good. You will say my name in all the languages.
Oh, shit.
I was like,
literally.
No habla English. What the fuck did she just say? Yeah. I'm getting sweaty, guys. I don't know, man. I need to put the AC on or some shit. It's getting hot in here. Please don't take off all your clothes. Okay, let's go on. This is wild. This is wild, you guys. I can't believe she's admitting this out loud. Wow. Oh my God. Imagine her knocked up with Toad's baby and they're doing a family blog. What the fuck? She, you know, I could say so many things right now, but I'm not, because, you know, I'll just get, say no more. Let me just hit play. Let me just hit play. Don't do it, AZ. Thank you, Black Koi Records.
Said that. Wow.
yeah, word for word. And I was like, dude, my husband is half black. I do not need you to do nothing to me. Okay.
Your husband, she just told Road Hog that she don't need Todd because her husband has a big sausage. That's what she said. Not in those words, but that's what she said. I don't know how I feel about this. I never thought I'd see the motherfucking day where Road Hog would be talking about sausage and actually believe in the person here, because, you know, we didn't believe Katie, even though she had a freaking police report. But, yeah. What the fuck am I watching? So, I don't know if you saw my thumbnail. It was called WTF Did I Just Watch? I thought from now on we could have a weekly segment called WTF Did I Just Watch? Right? And we can and I can weekly play one video that makes you go, what the fuck did I just watch? How's that sound, guys? I think that's a great idea.
And, you know, I tried to ignore it. But I kept getting,
So he was kind of pushing the issue a little bit.
Yeah. And I was like, listen, I've been married 25 years to the same man. I don't need you. I don't want you, period.
Right.
And I didn't tell my husband right off it because I know how he'd react. He'd be pissed, as any man would be. Right. And I didn't want him to say I couldn't go see my mom.
And that's understandable.
And
okay, I didn't want him to say I couldn't go see my mom. Now, remember, she said that, right? She didn't tell her husband about this because she didn't want her husband to say she couldn't go see her mom. Okay, well, somebody, my little friend on Instagram, without any crystal balls, which I'm going to link after because this person's just hilarious. This person is like a sarcastic version of Katie and pretends like it does this amazing satire, but drags her at the same time. But anyways, posted photographic proof of this woman right here that you're listening to, talking about on her Facebook how her mom, RIP, rest her soul, died 11 years ago. But she didn't tell anybody, she didn't tell her husband about Toad because she wanted to go visit her mom. What the fuck ever, okay? Rose, OMFG, I have missed you, AZT-spiracy. Rose, I have missed you too, Rose. Thank you very much. Rose. I laugh every time I say Rose because of Rhonda. All right, Sue Elliott. Hey, Sue Elliott in the house. Hey, Sue Elliott. Hi, Sue Elliott. Thank you for becoming a member. Black Koi showing the love tonight. LOL. Okay, sorry. I love taking this so far overall because this is just ridiculousness. Thank you. Thank you. Isn't it, though? Listen, isn't it? And I know there's about 5 people sitting there with their cancel culture hats on, just like, who does AZ think she is, questioning this? We have to believe everybody at all times, even if we don't know them, trust them, or believe them. Or we still have to believe them, even if we don't believe them, okay? Because we have to play pretend in 2021, or else you have to believe the people you don't believe. Okay, guys? Remember that. Never forget it. Believe everybody you don't believe, and then some. I can't.
And not that he tells me what to do, but our relationship is I say, hey, I'm doing this, this, and this, not for permission, for respect of him. I mean, just first of all, because he knows where I'm at. So if I'm at Target and he hears of, a shooting at Target, he's going to go to.
Oh my God, you're right, Kim. It was 17 years ago. And she does. You're right. Oh my God. She also says, lives right next door to KJ. How can you have, okay, does she have 2 moms? Maybe she has a stepmother. I don't freaking know. But to say, wouldn't let me go see my mom, then we find out with documented proof, which I'll show after, that her mom, rest her soul, died 17 years ago, right? But she also lives next door to Katie. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense.
To Target, or he's going to locate my phone or whatever. But I was like, not interested, dude. And he just kept like, hey, I know this really nice motel, I can get out of here. And I'm just like, look, Todd, it's time for you to stop because I'm a married woman and what you're doing is disgusting. And, never mind for me. And Katie can be an asshole all she wants. And let me tell you, she is an asshole straight from word go. But nobody deserves to have their husband go behind their back and try to pick up their subscribers.
Agreed.
I mean, it's just not something that you do. Yes, okay, you need moderators. Yes, okay, you need someone to watch your back end. But they don't need to be contacting people. And I understand that, I contacted him first for work.
Right, you want to buy that stuff for your son.
Yeah, and I mean, if he has an Etsy shop, me personally, I'd rather go to an.
He contacted you for work too, for hotel-y work. Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn, hey. Come on, man.
Etsy shop and get something, then go to Walmart because somebody's love went into that. Right. And it just got to the point where I was saying, stop. Can we just stop? And I'll be honest, I was deleting the messages because I didn't want my husband to see.
There's nothing wrong with that.
We have an open phone policy. I don't care.
You were sometimes people say things and I go, did they really just say that out loud? Hey, props to you for saying it out loud, because I don't think I would do that. I don't think I'd say I deleted it because I didn't want my husband to see those messages. We have an open phone policy. Well, your phone must not be that open if you kept continually having these conversations and they were inappropriate, you know? I cannot. Does anyone know if she fell out with WOACB? She's still a member of her channel. Now, there's a lot of people out there, including the Instagram account that I was just talking about that I'm going to show you guys, that thinks that this woman is actually cool with Katie and Todd, right? And the reason why that she's doing this, we all know that Todd has his own little show coming, right? That ain't nobody ever going to watch ever. And they need to, like, I don't know, maybe get his name out in the airwaves and the YouTube halls. Just be like, Todd Paulson, yeah, let's stir up some Todd drama. That way we can get people talking, because, you know, he's got a new show coming and whatnot, and Road Hog, he'll fall for it. And then I also hate T-Spiracy, and I also hate Renelle Smith. So let's implicate all three of those people, mix it up, and just hope for the best. You know what I'm saying? Could be. I believe that more than I believe this shit right here. I'll tell you that much. Okay, I thought I'm sorry. I just hit a button. You know how it goes. You know how it be sometimes, right? Don't ask questions. Let's continue.
Care if he sees my phone. He doesn't care if I see his.
Right.
You know, and I guess I let it pass because, you know, my husband's in the locker room, you know, at work, because my husband's an armed guard.
Okay.
So, you know, he's in the locker room. He works at Millstone, which is a nuclear power plant here. You can kind of cut that, but I guess it's kind of important. So, you know, I just asked him kindly to stop. Like, please stop.
Right.
This is making me uncomfortable, and it makes me uncomfortable to come to Katie's channel, because truly I felt bad for her.
Right.
You know, screw him. He's a dick, you know, and I'm a nobody. But the two of them have to live together.
Yeah.
And, you know, they have that baby who is, I mean, honestly, and this was 25 years in medicine. Honestly, she's just lazy.
Oh, yeah. Nobody's going to argue with that one.
No. And, you know, Todd has said that he told to me that, you know, Vaughn does not need a feeding tube.
Right.
You know, because if he can eat for pleasure, you're still digesting.
Right.
So.
Now, listen, I am definitely not a medical professional, okay? I was a phlebotomist for a short period of time, and it ended with a bloodbath in a murder scene, and I can't talk about it right now because I'll get anxiety, but I've told the story before, okay? Anyways, I'm pretty sure, now correct me if I'm wrong, because I think I looked into this one time when I thought everything that came out of Katie's mouth was just a big fat lie, like blah, 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 lies, blah, right? I think I looked into it, and I think that you can be on a feeding tube and eat snacks here and there. If there's any, I don't know if Jennifer Falk is here or anybody else that knows the answer to this that's in the medical field, by all means, let me know, right? Go ahead, let me know. I don't know. But, okay. So this woman claims that she is in the medical field. Remember that. For 25 years, is that what she said? 20-something years, right? She is saying you can't do that, right? I'm just little old me over here, and I'm pretty sure you can. Pretty sure you can. I had an uncle that was very sick on a feeding tube, but he still drank his beers and had his donut. Like, I don't know, guys, but hey, that's a story for another day. You know what I'm saying? And good drunk uncles, but hey, we'll save that one. But the question is, can you have a feeding tube but also eat snacks or small meals or whatever? Just because you're on a feeding tube, does that mean you have to be feeding tube only? That was the question. Yeah, see, sure, they can gain, yeah. But this woman who was saying she's been in the medical field for 20-something years is telling you that you can't. And you have all these people in here saying, you know, you can. Yo, you, Wendy, and whoever else. Stop.
What's the difference? And so you start off with something slow, applesauce, then you move up to whatever. But when he's on a feeding tube, Katie hooks him up, lays him on the couch, and is out if she's doing it. So there came a time where Comcast was bringing back their employees, and Todd wanted to go back.
Right.
Personally, I think he wanted to be out of the house. And I have a child with disabilities, and I know sometimes it can be tough.
Overwhelming. Yeah.
You know, I mean, my daughter is mild. She has some ear things and stuff, but you know, I understand that the tantrums. I understand all that stuff.
You guys' comments are killing me. All right, not Pearl. I wasn't talking about Pearl's comment killing me because that's sad. But Pearls of Paragon. I can't talk. I'm sorry, Kate. Pearls of Paragon, Kate. My little 3-year-old friend is on a feeding tube and was eating pizza earlier. Thank you, Kate. So Shermar, Kate, all these people, right, are just like, yeah, you can do that. Okay. Well, that's good that we confirm that because that's what I thought. Thank you. Good to know. Black Koi Records. If this is not true, why the frick can I get my words out today? If this is not true, it's legitimately grounds for a lawsuit. I personally don't want this easy win for KJ because all of us would never hear the end of it. And that's the thing, right? Like, I don't know if it's lawsuit worthy, but I think it might be in KJ's, maybe in Twisted KJ land, that this is a way to get back at Road Hog because she hates Road Hog, right? She just can't believe he had the audacity to read something that other people already read. You know, whatever. It's still wrong. I mean, I personally cared more about him saying she was asking for it than that shit, like, because somebody already read it. You know what I mean? Either way, it's not cool, you know, and that's why part of me really does think that this might be some kind of ruse, for lack of a better word. Let's continue here. I'm sorry, guys. I know I keep pausing it and talking. I'll try to stop, okay? Thank you, Black Quid.
You know, I've worked there. I've done it. You know, I've sat with autistic kids that were melting down and stuff like that. So I understand that that's, you know, tough. So the day of I've been in the room for 10-hour video. That was me. I recorded that.
Okay.
He messaged me, you know, do you believe this fuck?
Hold on. I did not catch that earlier. She says she's the one that recorded that whole I've been in the room for 10 hours thing. I didn't even hear that. Wow. Interesting.
Fucking bitch, she's down there on her goddamn computer and I'm stuck up here. And at this point, I think it had been like 6 or 7 hours. And I was like, well, Todd, go down there or up there or wherever the hell she is and tell her, you're his mother. Get off the fucking computer. Like, we don't need to hear the Duggar news right now. You know? And he was like, yeah, I can't really do that because she'll be just a bitch and I don't want to hear it, which I get that too. But, you know, it just kept going on and on and on. And around, well, I would say he had been there about 9 hours, maybe a little longer. And he's like, I'm fucking sick of this. I'm getting off this, you know, thing because he was doing something for the channel and he was chatting with me. And I think he was chatting with other people because he was getting our conversation.
You're right, Breezy. A lot of people did record that because we all know I catch the flack for that one, right? Even though a million people recorded it, a million people talked about it on Reddit, a million people talked about it on Twitter. So she's basically taking all the cred for this, all the street cred, right? All the clout. She's coming for all the smoke, all the clout. You know? I do not understand why this Julie chick would share with the world that Toad is hitting on her and everything she is saying. What about her family? Unless she is a nut job. I know, and she's not only saying she has a husband, she's telling everybody where he works at the nuclear power plant, right? Like, almost like, go ahead, check it out. That's why part of me is leaning on the side to think, like, maybe this is just, it's like almost like a setup. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Let me know in the chat if you think that this could possibly be a setup, right? Maybe she likes sleeveless shirts. Maybe she likes sleeveless shirts. I don't know. You know, if she did, she would not admit it, right? He was the one trying to smash, not her.
Conversation confused. You know, like, I'm like, wait, what? He didn't say that to me. And so I think he was talking to somebody else. Who knows? I don't know.
Right.
But he goes, this is bullshit. I'm going to go down there. And I was like, oh shit, screen record. And sure enough, it wasn't 30 seconds. He came down them stairs. And, you know, he was like yelling and she was trying to tell him, I'm like, you know, instead of just going, whoops, gotta go.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, I'm like, you know, shh, you know, puts her phone in her chest and stuff. Yeah, we can still hear you, Katie. And, you know, she's like, oh, he had, you know, Mountain Dew in his cup. Because when he walks by, you can see his cup. I didn't think that Mountain Dew was amber colored. So just saying. And he started
a little something maybe.
She loves cupcakes. Sherry, you're freaking hilarious. She heard that cupcake ASMR that Todd did, and she was like, oh yeah, that reminded me of, you know what, Sherry, don't make me say it. She was like, Todd can eat my cupcake whenever he wants.
I don't know, but if that was Mountain Dew, it didn't look like Mountain Dew I'd seen. And he was just basically like, you know, fuck that kid. You know, I'm sick of this shit. You know, you're always on the fucking phone. You're always doing this, which I have to say, I agree with him because I'm sorry, but she spends 24 hours a day on that phone. She does, or computer or whatever she's doing. And, you know, I kind of felt a little bad for him, you know, and I was like, listen, you know, you just need to have a talk with her. Right. You know, maybe she doesn't understand. Maybe she doesn't see that you're stressed out. You know, I'm trying to be nice, like, you know, and without saying, you know, go to hell. Yeah. And, you know, he was like,
you know, so while she was cool, while she was a member of Katie's, while she was kicking it with Todd, she was also screen recording and making sure to capture Katie Joy's asshole moments. Is that right? Sure thing, Jan.
Like, no, she won't listen. She won't listen. And, I'm like, well, she's probably going to block me if I say anything. And he was like, no, she won't. And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, no, she's not allowed to block you. I am not blocked on Twitter. I'm not blocked on Instagram. I'm not blocked on her channel. Nothing. And one day she happened to be on live on Instagram and he was in the thing. I could see that he was there. And I said, hey, I think it was Instagram. Yeah, I think it was. And I was like, hey, can I, you know, contact you to get another piece made? And she was like, Julie, do not contact my husband. On the live, and you can, and it's like, I tried to find it, but she must delete her Instagrams or something. I'm not really too sure. Yeah. And the way she said that, I was like, wow, that was like a slap, you know, because why would you advertise your husband's store, but then not want business? You know, it makes no sense.
She figured out what was going on.
Yes, I do. Okay. Yep. And see, it wasn't reciprocated. Like there's nothing there that would.
Did you ever like say, yeah, Todd, or anything like that? You were basically saying no, and he was pushing the issue of, hey, you want to meet up and everything else.
Yeah, and it wasn't like a one-time thing. It was like I would say for like 3 months, it was daily. And, you know, just, hey, you know, you coming to Minnesota? When you coming? He wants to know dates. He wants to know times. And I'm like, look, dude, you don't need to know my business. Right. You don't need to know my mom. She's not a public figure. She's just a lady who loves me. And
sorry, guys. So apparently, let me get this right here. Hold on. I have a message from somebody. It says, I thought I had sent you the Tooth Fairy screenshot and some others. I thought you would use it in a video. I guess not. I thought I sent you the Tooth Fairy screenshot and some others. I thought you'd use it in a video. Guess not. Yeah, you're right. Guess not. Because I'm not going to run with a video from somebody named Tooth Fairy, okay, when I'm already getting legal letters from Katie Joy. Not that I take that shit seriously, but, you know. And no, you never sent it to me. If you did, show me where you sent it. Because when you use my name to back up something that nobody believes, I'm not okay with that. Sorry, not sorry, you know. I'm just not okay with it. I'm just not. I'm not. Especially since I ain't never seen it before. If you had sent it to me, then I'd be able to go, oh, you know what? She sent it to me. She told me about it. At least she told me about it. No, I have nothing from you. Nothing. So when you go here, you start trying to garner up people like me to come and be like, yes, you're telling. No. I thought I sent it to you. I thought you'd want it for your video. Okay, did you send it or not? Because you're telling everyone you did. Now you're saying I thought I did, but I guess you don't want it. What? I'm so confused, you guys. I'm confused. I am. And I don't see anything from you. Nothing. Nothing. And I'm not okay with you using my name like that. Sorry, I'm not. Maybe someone else might be. I'm not. Where did my video go now? Oh my God. There I go, hitting buttons again. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me go out and come back in. Because now I got everything all screwy. I'm over here hitting buttons and whatnot. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me. Here I am. Okay. Now I lost my YouTubes. Hold on. Why do I do this? I hit the buttons and stuff. One moment, please hold. Okay, guys. So while I'm loading this, I got Streamlabs instead of StreamYard, and Streamlabs looks like some scientific freaking craziness that I could never figure out, and it looks really complex. I thought it'd be easier for bringing up screens and stuff, but it's really not. All right, here's the video. I found it. Let me go back here. Yeah.
Katie never wanted their son.
Right. Well, that's kind of
she didn't want
now. Yeah. It's
yeah.
There, but yeah.
She did not want children at all.
Mm-hmm.
But he did.
Right.
And then when Vaughn was born with issues, which, you know, when you have a baby, you know how it goes. You take the good with the bad.
Yep. Exactly.
You know, you deal with it as a parent and you move on. And she felt like she was kind of ripped off in the kid department. You know, she wanted a perfect little angel who was no problem. It didn't happen. And, you know, Todd said, you know, she's like, when he had his first episode in the hospital, she was like, maybe we should give him up for adoption to someone who can, you know, take care of him better, which is why the Huxley thing, who are those people? Whoever those people are, Stoffers. When that came up, I'm like, who is this lady to talk about giving up a kid? You know, maybe she didn't do it, but she wanted
there was
to.
Discussions of it, supposedly.
Yeah. And, you know, Todd's like, hell no.
Right.
So the nurses will only, you know, take care of his, like if he soils himself or, you know, if he needs medication or whatever.
Jennifer Watkins, if everyone knows that Todd is the Tooth Fairy, why would he use that name to solicit her subscribers for motel fun? Beyond me, right? Guys, I don't know. I don't know why somebody would do that. I don't know why Todd would do that with anybody, right? He knows that 99.9% of the internet would love to get their hands on something like this to take Katie down, right? Do you really think with her being their sole source of income that he would be dumb enough? I mean, I don't know, to do something like that and not cover his tracks, just use the Tooth Fairy account that everyone knows. You know what I want to see? This is what I want to see, but I can't because she deleted it. I would like to see her click on a message and bring it to the Tooth Fairy thing, go back in the conversation, prove to us that it's Todd. Without that, you're literally just talking about all the things we've all heard about before. Do you know what I mean? That's it. That's it.
They're still responsible to,
do
you know, feed him. They're, you know, when he has a meltdown moment, you know, Katie's still responsible for that, you know, to go calm him down. Because, you know, I don't know about your kids, but I know that if my kids were upset and I went to, see what was going on, they would talk to me, we'd figure it out, we'd move on.
Yeah.
Nurses don't really want to get that close.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, most of them do because they spend a lot of time with the kid, but still.
Right.
And then I had made a comment. I actually did contact Todd because she talked to her son about George Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
And she let the nurse.
Like literally every video I ever made about Katie Joy, the George Floyd situation, every video anybody who has had a problem with KJ has ever made, right? Every single talking point, every single one. Why is she adding so many irrelevant details? You know how the behavior panel would feel about that. Maybe I watch too much behavior panel, right? I don't know, but I watch a lot of behavior panel. Something about this doesn't sit right. It doesn't. And I knew that it wasn't right when I saw her say to somebody, I told AZ about this. I have nothing that you told me about this. Nothing. Black Koi Records in the house. I'm jealous of Road Hog. I don't know how much liquor it would take for me to finish this interview. Is Road Hog even there? I'm pretty sure he's just going, I know, right? Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. Yo, from the second I hit play on this, I was making cookies earlier, and I hit play, and I'm like, dude, is Road Hog even there at this point? Because she was just going. She was off and running, like, just going, right? And if she were talking about Katie's horrible history, okay, I got it. Yep. This is the nurse they fired. Oh my.
Explain what death was.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, that is your job as a parent.
Yeah.
It's not a nurse's job. And I've been there, so I would not want to have to tell a child who may or may not understand the world what death is and, things like that. That's a mommy daddy talk. Sorry, but it is. If he has questions, he can ask. With me, my kids are, have always been open. So if they have a problem or whatever, they come to mom and mom goes and terrorizes the school.
Right.
Because my husband works like 110 hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Balls knew that.
Okay. Do you think that he was doing what he was doing because he wasn't happy in his marriage? Or, did that come off like that? Or
I know he wasn't happy in his marriage because... he said if it wasn't for V, he would have walked away. And I get that. I get it. I don't know if he's not a, how do I want to say this? Like, how Katie's always talking about like, oh, I'm a slut. I've had sex with everybody and blah, blah, blah.
He's not that way.
No, he isn't. He's very like, shut the fuck up. Like, what are you crazy? And I still kept feeling bad for her. And I don't know why, but I just had that in me that it was bad.
Right.
Yeah. And
I know, right? Why did you go to the shed and smash or not? Did you smash in the shed or not? Oh my God, you guys. I just don't believe it. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm a jerk, but I just don't believe it. I just don't. Something tells me this is just not true, and I'm not going to sit here and play pretend. I just don't believe it. I don't.
As things escalated with her, things escalated with him. And, he started making really raunchy, like comments, sort of like what I told you about, you know, fucking me from behind and making me say his name in all different languages and all that shit. No, Todd.
I mean, in the gist of it all, you could basically say he was making comments that were sexually suggestive and shouldn't have been there. And basically, you told him to stop and he kept going.
Yes.
You basically said that.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't come to you and be like, hey, Jeremy, you want to meet up?
Right.
You know, wink, wink.
Yeah.
I would never disrespect your wife like that just because that's your wife. And, you know, even.
Okay. Kim S. This lady needs a whole damn depot full of shovels to dig out of this bullshit. I would have to agree. And she is still hitting me up on Instagram. You guys, she is still hitting me up on Instagram as of this moment. And she is saying, I thought I sent you this. And all it is it has no date, no time, no nothing. It is a cropped notification. It's not even like a showing of the receipts. It's a notification at the top of her phone that says it's from the Tooth Fairy. And it says, I'm just fucking blown away. I can't believe I got dragged into this somehow, some way. This is bullshit. I will never be okay with this nonsense. Nope. It's cut off at the top where the time and date is, right? And it says Tooth Fairy. It's the same thing as last night. He's not really asleep yet, and I need a few minutes to myself before it's time, ... Because, you know, it happened exactly. You know that video that Katie drags me for? Yeah, it was exactly at that moment that this message was sent. I was born at night, but not last night. Nope. No, sir. Wouldn't believe it. Girl, just stop messaging me, please. Just don't. Like, I'm done.
If she was an asshole, which she isn't, you know, it's still, no, she sounds so sweet, you know, but Katie and her are in not even the same class of women. But, you know, I understand that he might have been lonely. I understand that he might have been tired of dealing with his kid. I understand that. And then I started hearing Tooth Fairy.
Right.
I'm like, what is Tooth Fairy? Because, I mean, I have MS, so it takes me a minute sometimes to get things. And I'm like, what is Tooth Fairy? And then she showed the Josh Duggar pic, and I saw the Tooth Fairy thing come down. Oh, and I was like, screenshot.
Yep.
And
so this is from, okay, Breezy. Wait a minute. Hold on. That's not Julie. That's Todd texting Katie. All right. Now I need to reread this message again. Hold up. Because I just heard her say that too. So now I'm confused. Why is Todd called the Tooth Fairy? I don't fucking know. One night he sent Katie Joy a message that said, he sent Katie a super chat from somebody named the Tooth Fairy. It was Todd saying get to bed, or Vaughn wants to say her son wants to say good night, or whatever it was, right? So everybody in that chat knew that it was Toad, right? Now I'm confused. Now I'm not gonna show the name on Instagram because it's not even her name. It's someone else's name that I don't even know. I'll show you guys what she sent me because I'm just confused. The internet is a weird place, you guys. It is.
Yeah. And it was just crazy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he does want her to get off the damn phone or whatever she was on at the time and take care of their child, which she should have done.
Right.
And she didn't, because after that, she stayed on the phone for or whatever she was on for, I want to say, about another hour. So I understand why he's pissed off.
Yeah,
you know,
it seems like he's got, you know, a marriage that's got some issues and so forth and on. But I mean, honestly, to go off and talk to somebody else like that, allegedly,
yeah,
you know, it's uncalled for. Do you think he's been doing it to other people? Or
for sure. Yeah, because some people have said some things where I was like, huh, okay. Yeah. So there have been a few people, like, well, I'll tell you, Sue, you know, she talked about her child and how, you know, because Katie was live streaming from a hospital room.
again, every single story is a key point story that we all already know about, and we don't even sext with Todd. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sue got brought in on this too. Sue did too. Sue Elliott got brought in on this. Okay. Now, Sue Elliott is a really nice lady. Sue Elliott was the one being nice to Katie and trying to, relate to Katie, but Katie don't know how to act right, and she don't know about human connection and emotions and whatnot because she's a raging narcissist. So she basically told Sue Elliott, yeah, I don't want to hear about your child. We're here to talk about mine. And Sue is a really nice lady. Like, she's a really nice lady. That was messed up that Katie even did that, but that's another story. I'm going to bring up that thing she sent me, you guys, so you can tell me if that's the same thing, right? Nobody sex with Toad, I know, right? What am I thinking? All right, let me finish freaking playing this. Toad, come get your nurse.
Room. Her child was about ready to have what could have potentially been brain surgery, and she's live streaming. As far as I'm concerned, screw my phone. I want to know what's going on with my kid. And I get it. That's her job. I get it. I try to get it, but as a mom, I can't get it.
That's true. It ultimately comes down to how I perceive it right now is, it was just straight up hitting on you.
Yeah, he was.
That's kind of where it's at.
Yeah.
And I think, like you said, it was unwanted. It wasn't like, I don't believe you were leading me on from what you said. And
no.
Like I said, we have to clearly make this very true. This is all allegedly.
For sure.
I don't have any physical proof to back it up. I have to use just your words. But we're going to do what Katie always says. You're supposed to.
Black Koi, I ignored your last super chat. I'm sorry. Let me go back up here. I'm on StreamYard, so if I'm not in the screen, I don't see it. Oh, here it is. Sorry, Black Koi. Last thing, there is no I can't read that, Black Koi. She needs to lock her trap. She's a terrible person. Thank you, Black Koi. I know you have to go to bed now, and it's the nighttime. I'll see you next time, okay? I'm sorry I missed your super chat. I apologize about that. I totally didn't even see it. Anyways, guys, you get the hint. I don't want to, I'm not even going to finish this. It's almost over anyways. There's I don't know, I think 4 minutes left in it. But what I wanted to show you next is the freaking screenshot. And tell me if this is the one that everybody's already seen. Because now I'm like, is this even something that's different or new? Hold on. Let me bring it up here. I just got to make sure I don't show a name or anything. Here it is. Okay. Ready? Let me zoom in here. Hold on. How do I zoom in? Hold on. All right, you guys see that better now? Sorry, I'm not used to zooming in on my laptop. I kind of was special when I did that. It took me a minute, but this is what she sent me. Now, when she sent this, she said something like, "This is what I thought I sent you for proof," or something. Hold on. She said, "That's Josh Duggar's arraignment." Okay. So, hold on. Didn't she say this was sent when her and Todd? So her and Todd were talking at Josh Duggar's arraignment. What? I don't fucking know, dude. Oh my god. What? I don't know, Jennifer. That's the thing, right? Exactly. So it's a pop-up notification on the jail cell thing, right? It's supposedly Josh Duggar's arraignment, which doesn't really make much sense to me at all either, because I'm here, drop a link. Okay, you have to just show me your face backstage, okay? You don't have to show on the screen when you come on, but I need to see it backstage. Here we go. She's here, she says, so let's go. Oh, Pink Flamingo, I'm sorry, honey. Oh, Oh, there it is. Okay. Pink Flamingo says there is a documentary about a woman who lied to the world about being a victim of 9/11. Some people like to insert themselves into situations, and that is true. I know exactly the lady you're talking about, Pink Flamingo. I know exactly what you're talking about. Talk about that. That is just, that blew my mind. She's like that lady who said she was black, but really she's white. Like there's people out there who do things, that they shouldn't do, and they shouldn't say just to feel a part of something, right? And I literally, in my heart of hearts of hearts, I feel bad for people like that. I really do. But when you start trying to drag other people into your lives, that's not okay. Julie, just give me a wave in backstage so I know it's you, please, because I don't even see a picture on here. I see someone backstage, but I don't know if it's a person. There. Thank you. Okay. All right, you can shut it off if you want. Or not? Okay, here we go. I don't have my headphones. Hi.
Hi.
So what do you want to say?
I just want to say that you can't say whether something is true or not true if you weren't privy to what actually happened. And I think that everybody has it all wrong. First of all, when I did my video, yes, it was sort of jumbled, as everyone says. But let me point out that I have MS and I had a stroke about a month ago, which I can prove. And so sometimes like timelines are not the best thing. And when I knew I was going to meet with Road Hog, I was going to make a bullet point kind of a thing so that I knew what I was going to say, which is what I do with everything. But I didn't because I wanted it to be more organic. And I guess I should have. And for everybody asking, like, why didn't you stop communication with Todd? Why didn't you stop communication with Todd? It's because when I started watching Katie about, I don't know, 2.5, 3 years ago, whatever, when she still had the purple hair and the microphone, she kind of like moderators started coming around and she literally said, you cannot block a mod. Because if you do, you get kicked out. So Todd's a mod, so that's why he wasn't blocked. And I ordered a piece of his art because honestly, I thought that it was very pretty. That was my opinion. I thought that it was something that my son would appreciate. It was different. You're not going to find it everywhere. And so that's what I did. And when I went back, like, because I didn't go to his store and be like, oh, I like that particular piece. It was sort of like a custom piece. And my son got his skydiving license. So I wanted to have something special made for that. And so I attempted to contact him when I saw that he was on one of her lives. I'm not sure if it was Instagram or YouTube or whatever. And 99% of the time it was, hey, how are you? I'm good. How are you? Great. Nice to see you. You know, nothing nefarious. But I think at the times where he got stressed out, and I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I can say that he got really pissed really fast. And honestly, I think
Okay,
that
Julie,
ahead.
hold up 1 second. Listen, I'm not here to talk about how Todd treated her. What I don't care about that. I'm here to give you an opportunity to come up here. You're like talking about all kinds of like your son skydive, all this irrelevant stuff, right? Do you understand why I'm having a hard time believing you? That's what I want to talk about.
I do. I understand that, and I can explain. So, I have also, you might think it's relevant, but it really isn't. Um, because I can't work anymore. My daughter's in medical school. My other son's going to be a police officer. The load of our family falls on my husband. So I tend not to tell him about things until they reach like a point. Like even with my kids, if I tell them to do something, they don't do it. I'll tell them over and over and over again, and then eventually it goes to my husband. Because I don't think that the man should have to work 18, 20 hours a day.
All right, excuse me. Hold up. Wait. Listen, Julie. I don't know like what any of this has to do with anything. I really don't. I heard your Road Hog interview. I understand, whatever, but like, can we just talk about the issue at hand here? Do you understand why nobody is believing what you're saying? You have no proof. Do you understand that part? Like, I'm gonna try and be respectful to you. I don't want to have a bad stream where we just yell at each other. And I also don't, at the same token, I don't want to hear you talk about irrelevant things that have nothing to do with why I have you up here right now. You have no proof, nothing. And you're right. You're absolutely right. You said from the jump, you can't say that because you weren't there. You know what? I wasn't there. I also wasn't born last night. I also know that there is absolutely nothing besides stories that we have all heard a million times. But when you drag my name into it with something that never happened, that just fuels me to not believe you even more. Like,
well, I mean, if that's the way that you want to think about it, I mean, that's the way you can. I mean, I can't change your mind. I mean, what can I say? And honestly, the reason that I deleted all my accounts is because my husband's job is in jeopardy because of this bullshit. And I feel like I'm being doubted without being given the opportunity. Like I requested Instagram, I requested all my messages. I did all that stuff. But of course that doesn't come in a minute or a day. But I mean, it's
so hold on. Okay. All of your accounts were here before the interview, right? And then you got rid of them right after the interview, right?
yes.
And now you're trying to get them back. Is that correct?
Just the messages. I don't care about the accounts. It's not that. I have to protect my husband's job. That's what it's all about. And the day after the interview, when management yanks you in, and my husband has a government job, so when they yank you in and start what the hell's going on, these people are calling, like all this dumb shit that's happening, it's just stupid.
Julie, I'm sorry to hear that and whatnot, but listen, you should have known that from the jump. You've seen what happened with Katie. You've seen these things. Like, I don't know if you're like trying to make me like feel bad or something. Like, you're like, oh, I have all this going on. Like, yeah, I get that. But why did you bring Sue up? Why did you bring me up? Why are you bringing all these people into your story? You're right. I wasn't there, but I also know that you've literally just said things we all know about. You don't have a shred of evidence, and the tooth fairy doesn't exist. Todd was the tooth fairy one night. I know that. But like, can we just talk about the crux of this? Like, I just hope you understand why I'm having a hard time here.
Well, ask me questions. Ask me what you want to know.
I want to know is, what did you expect to happen with no proof? Did you expect everybody to be like, yup, true story, yup, true story? Like, what did you expect from all this after giving out your husband's job, place, and stuff? Like, what did you expect to happen on the internet?
Well, I mean, if you listen to the video, you hear me tell Roadhog to please beep out my husband's job. And Sue, I went to because I knew that she, or I thought at least, well, maybe she does, has the video where we were talking, and Katie's like, oh my God, do you know what it's like to have a child die outside in the trauma bay or outside the trauma bay, blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, I do, because I work there. And, so Sue, that's how she got brought in. She said she didn't want to. I said, cool. I told Roadhog that. And it's his channel. I can't tell him what to put and what not to put. I asked him not to. And, I think that, I'm being given an unfair shake here, because I feel like I tried to give my voice. I tried to just explain my experience. I was not nasty about Todd or anything. I just said, this is what he said to me. This is how I responded, not interested. And that was that. I mean, I don't see what the big.
Okay. Can you clarify about your parents living near them or whatnot? Because there's conflicting stories about that. So I mean, I don't need to know about your mom and all that stuff. Just like, do you want, like, there's conflicting stories of your Facebook in contradiction to what you said. So there's not just one or two things here. There's like several things that went on. You know what I mean? Including me being in the knowing about this. You know.
Well, my mother, my birth mother, committed suicide. So in 2004. And somehow
Do your parents live near KJ? Yes or no? Your mom. That's really all I need to know.
the woman that I consider my mother and her husband, yes, they live one street over. And you know, I mean, I'm not going to bring them into this for sure, but they live one street over and they know all about, because where their house is and where her house is, you can kind of see from the backyard. So, you know, Katie crying about the flag
Oh,
one
their
day.
backyard neighbors. Their backyards are connected. Oh,
Sorta. It's not really connected. I mean, if you look at the like Google images, it's sort of like it's like a suburb. They're like built kind of on top of each other. And you know, I mean,
all right. Sue Elliott. Sue Elliott should have never been brought into this either. Sue Elliott is not a creator. She doesn't have a channel. She's never come up here and shown her face or wanted to tell her story out for the world to hear. Maybe she's tweeted about it, right? Sue says, but I said no, do not bring me up. Because death of a child is nothing to do with SH. Nothing. So my name shouldn't have been in the emails. And I would have to agree with that. I would have to agree. But I don't know. I just don't know. Like, you're saying like we didn't give you a chance and stuff. Like what did you want from this? What did you want?
not a single thing. Just to get my voice heard. And I have also apologized profusely to Sue because she was not meant to be brought into it. And, you know, I just don't know, like, I don't know why, you know, it's okay for you guys to get things from Katie and be like, oh my God, look at what Katie's doing today. And then
Skirt! You can hold on a second. Let me tell you why. Katie puts it out there. We grab up the information and we go, hey, look what Katie did. Here's the evidence. Here's the proof. Here's the screenshot. Here's the video. You're legit out of left field making really strong accusations with nothing but regurgitated stories. Like, I don't know why you're having a hard time understanding what we're saying.
I do understand what you're saying. It's just that, I mean, what am I going to show? I mean, everybody says, oh, screenshots can be doctored. Screenshots can be doctored. So if I came out with a screenshot and said, here you go, would it be then, oh no, they're doctored. They're doctored.
But Julie, you just sent me a screenshot and I was supposed to believe it. Remember? You just sent me one and you thought that would be good enough to back your story up. So where's the rest of them? You can't have your cake and eat it too. Like, it's one or the other. Like, you have nothing but a couple stories we've all heard before, and you're dragging in people that have nothing to do with any of this at all. And you're asking that we give you respect. I think we're doing the normal thing by questioning your real motives here, which I still can't figure out for the life of me. I don't know.
Well, first of all, I never said he sexually harassed me. That's what Road Hog chose to classify it as, ever. I said he made a few inappropriate statements, and that's what he did. And, So the reason I blocked you is because I know you were scheming to look for my what I changed my names to. So I mean, it to me it's like,
Hold on, you blocked me because of your change of name? I'm confused. What did you just say? I didn't understand that part. Say that again,
no,
please.
Sue said, but then she blocks me. Yeah, I did block her because I'm not stupid and I know what phishing is. And I mean,
Are you saying that Sue Elliott is stupid now? Is that what you're saying? Like what?
absolutely not. I like Sue. Absolutely not. We've had conversations in the past. I'm not saying that at all. We both share that we've lost children, and
So what is fishing? Hold on. Maybe I'm lost. Say that again, because I know what fishing is and stuff. Say that. What?
Well,
what
I got. So hey, do you have an Instagram? Yep, sure do. Well, what's your name? It's only for me. I get that. I know where that's going. And I'm not saying that we ever met. We didn't. I'm not saying that Todd ever touched me. He did not. I'm not saying any of that. None of that. What I am saying is that, and no, I'm not a scorned woman by Toad, not at all. I love my husband. I've been with him for 25 years.
Skirt. You can wait a minute. I'm muting you because people who love their husbands don't continue on flirtatious relationships with internet men. First of all, I don't know where your loyalty lies, but in my book, that's not cool. Second of all, why were you a member to me and Katie Joy at the same time? Because that's a first, man. That's a first. Why?
I was a member to you because I liked you. Because I liked your style. I liked the way that you were blunt. And Katie, I've been a member of since I think when she first could get members. And I mean, it didn't happen like, oh, I'm going to plan this. It just so happened that way. I'm a member of a few different channels. Like, I'm a member of Charlotte's channel. You don't particularly care for her. So, or at least you didn't last I knew.
For fuck's sake, what is Charlotte? Me and Charlotte is not the same. There's 10 people in this chat right now. What happened to my fucking screen? Hold on. There's 10 people in my chat right now that are members of Charlotte's channel. That's not the point. Being a member of Katie Joy's channel and a member of my channel, that's a little unorthodox. Being a member of me and Charlotte, yeah, that happens all the time. This is not tomato. This is the devil himself in holy. I don't know how to complain. No, I'm sorry. Being a member of Katie when my whole spiel of my whole channel for a long time was me, and then Road Hog. I don't know, man. This something's not right. I'm sorry. I don't know. I just don't.
I literally have nothing that I can do. I cannot leave my house except to go to treatment. So what do?
Yeah, you can watch all kinds of channels, but being a paying member on both sides of the internet, that's kind of different in my book. But hey, whatever. I guess that's neither here nor there. But I don't know.
There's a lot of people that are friends with Katie for the purposes of like recording her or whatever, and that's that.
Well, if you're friends with Katie, then why would you flirt with her husband? And furthermore, why wouldn't you tell her? And even further than that, why would you go to her arch nemesis channel to drag her through the mud by exposing her husband? What?
That's not what I'm doing at all. We're not friends. We've never met. We're not, at all. Like, I've never even seen either one of them in real life. And I'm not dragging her. Like, when she's doing her normal stuff, I just find her that she can be funny. When she's being an asshole, I just go, okay, fine. She's being an asshole, and I leave the chat or I leave the video. It's no big deal. I mean, it's just not a.
It is a big deal. It's a really big deal because you've carried on a flirtatious relationship with her husband and you never even told her about it. But you went to her arch nemesis and made sure you told him, girl, you're cooked. You are what I like to call cooked. Okay? You are cooked. I don't believe a goddamn thing you're saying. I think you're a shady palm tree. And quite frankly, I have to go fish now with my child before she goes to bed. Everybody, thank you for showing up in the chat. Julie, thanks for trying anyways. I mean, at least you tried, right? At least you tried. Guys, I gotta go because I gotta put my kid to bed at like 9:30 on the dot, and I gotta play Go Fish. And I'm sorry, but this has accomplished a whole lot of nothing. And, you know, I don't even know what to say at this point. I can't. That's what I'm going to say. I fucking can't. All right, guys, go fish. Love you all a long time. Julie, have a nice fucking life. Everybody take care. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Thank you, moderator.